Hi everyone, this is Sidharth Kumar from Review Magic, and today we'll be reviewing Island City. Now, Island City is a Hindi Bollywood film, and this stars Vinay Pathak. You have Amruta Subhash as well as Tannishtha Chatterjee. The movie has been directed by Ruchika Oberoi. This is about a city that is mechanical in its behavior and dynamism. Now, when you hear the word island city, nothing really comes to your mind very quickly. But if you're someone from a technology background, which I am, it feels to seem that something is going on the city that they're trying to automate or kind of introduce some sort of technology to get things done. That's why it is an island city. A lot of things that happen here are going to be automated, and they are going to be done in a manner which is kind of unexpected. So I'm a big fan of Vinay Pathak, so I said, okay, let's look at this movie. And by the way, it's available on Einthusan. And the poster of the movie, one of the poster is that Vinay Pathak is sitting next to a guy, and I said, okay, I think the plot seems interesting. I'm gonna start. So what happens is this movie is a collection of three small stories, and the first part is played by Vinay Pathak. The name of that part is Fun Committee. So what happens is that the opening scene is someone wakes up in the morning at 6 a.m. It's Vinay Pathak. He gets up, he exercises, he brushes his teeth, and he just goes to office. And this is a beautiful office in India. And the way it's shown, where everyone is standing in the line to go into the office, they're checking their badges, they're sitting. It's pretty. There's nothing really exciting about that. It's a very routine, and there's nothing authentic about this life. And somewhere in the company, the director has tried to show that when the amount of productivity starts going down in the company selects these people, and they get a pop-up message on the screen. Everyone else does, and this person has to take a completely a day off, and has to enjoy a lot of fun-based activities. Going out in a mall, buying. They have a set of coupons they have to use. So whether it is buying balloons, trying shopping, things like that. It's just so that you get some time off from work, and you can come back. You can be energized, and you're all good to go. So in the background, also in the office, there's a lot of AI-based voice that says that the company is trying to introduce voluntary retirement. People should get their own filters just in case, because a lot of complaints are coming for the water. So why don't employees get their own filters? So a lot of these things you start to believe that, yes, there is a lot of technicality and automation that's happening in this company. This is a global enterprise that's trying to bring efficiency, cut costs, etc. So I think that somewhere I feel that execution is not very strong. I mean, even though Ruchika Oberoi, she tries to bring some humor in this aspect. So I mean, generally, if someone in a normal office setting, when the productivity is going down, you just call that guy, you get some counseling, maybe ask them how are things going, to the point that they could be fired, they could be laid off. You never know how these things can happen. But that humor doesn't really go down very well. You have some a head of the department, he comes in and he's blasting someone in front of all the office employees, which I think is very typical in India, rather than doing one-on-one. And when someone's name comes up to go and have a day full of fun, everyone gets to know about it, everyone claps about it. I mean, it's a kind of a spoof or parody on what really happens in the real world, but it doesn't really, you don't really appreciate the way the director is trying to pitch this idea. And sometimes the guy who is given a fun day, a PN comes and he removes the name tag. So is he fired? Is he laid off? Or is he just going to go for one day and come back? Because one of the days, the main protagonist, Vinay Pathak, he gets the same message on his screen. Everyone starts clapping to him. And then he has a discussion with his boss. And it looks like he's almost going to get fired that day. But as you see the scene goes on, you know that he is coming back in the office. So anyways, he goes to the mall. He's doing all this, very secretive mission and having a lot of fun. And he's kind of bored of the fun. He wants to come back. So it's not at all relaxing. I mean, he does go to the spa. He does relax there. And his coupons get exchanged with someone else who comes to the spa. And as a matter of fact, these coupons then entail something else for Vinay Pathak. He gets to learn how to build a AK-47. He comes back to the office, and then one of his coupons says shoot at will, and he starts shooting everyone in the company, and they all die. So, and then the other guy who's actually, maybe he's a terrorist, he goes back to his boss and he's doing goofy things like eating chocolate or a candy or having balloons. And so it just doesn't really make sense as to what is Ruchika really trying to say in the first part. Yeah, life is mechanical, but I think there certainly seems to be missing elements on how can you convert a serious situation into something more humorous. So I think I felt that there were a lot of unanswered questions to me as I started watching the fun committee part. So I think that's where I'm struggling to see how this movie is flowing. Then the second part is about Ghost from the Past. And now this is about a employee who works. By the way, the name of the company is Systematic Analytics. And this is an employee from that company, and he's always keeping a tab on his wife for the expenses and etc. He's very serious. There's no TV playing in the house. The kids are always studying. So this guy, his wife had to leave her job because now he's the head of the household, and I don't know why. Why does this typically happen in the Indian way? And now this girl has to give a expense on every damn thing to her husband. So somehow this guy lands up in the hospital, who plays the husband of Amruta Subhash, and he is an employee for that same company. So I think that he got shot when in the first part Vinay Pathak is trying to shoot everyone. I'm not too sure if that's how it is, but so there is some disconnect between the first and the second part. And then while this guy is in the hospital who gets shot in the second part I'm talking about, the whole family, they get a TV, they're all having a lot of fun. Looks like there is some spark back in their life, including the wives. She gets a new job as a teacher, and the doctor then one day calls her, hey, he's back, he can come out of coma, and you guys should come. Then all of a sudden, when her husband has to come back, these guys, she quits her job. She's telling her kids not to watch TV because they usually watch a show called Purushottam, and they think that that's the ideal man that should be in the society, in a family. But unfortunately, the husband is not like Purushottam, not the ideal man, husband, father, son, that sort of thing. So, but ultimately, they show that it's Diwali time and everyone's having a lot of fun because the husband of Amruta Subhash has actually passed away. So it looks like they're pretty happy. So that's the end of the second story. The third story is Contact. That's the name of it. And the main lead here is Tannishtha Chatterjee. She's just a very quiet, reserved girl who just minds her own business. She goes in the morning. She works hard in a newspaper factory, and her parents are trying to set her up with a guy who's very extrovert, completely opposite of Tannishtha. And he keeps complaining, whining about why is Tannishtha so quiet, reserved. She doesn't talk. She doesn't like to have fun, and that's what he thinks about it. And then one day, Tannishtha gets a letter, and then it's a love letter, and then a guy has written about his feelings for her, that whatever Tannishtha is, I mean, he loves her for her simplicity, for her inner core, and that's what it should matter. Other things doesn't matter to this guy. So Tanishta gets very excited. Someone is spying on her. Maybe it could be the office where she works, and the main owner's son, who keeps visiting the office on the factory from time to time. So she thinks that it's him, but she responds to the letters. She gets back the response, and then this goes back and forth. She doesn't want to continue her relationship with the extrovert guy because she just doesn't think it's a good match. She tells her parents, and one day, Tanishta, she gets a letter, and it says that this is from the same company, the Systematic company, and they were using artificial intelligence to pick on her, and then send these kind of letters. And her heart is broken because it's all automated. There was no real person. They just wanted to see how does a human comply to feelings, and that's all. So her heart is broken. She goes back to the same person. So I think that's the end of the story. One thing they also show here is, Tanishta is coming back from her office, and there are a bunch of guys who are eve teasing her. I did not appreciate some of the comments that the guys made. I don't want to say that here, but it really was something that you wouldn't want to see in a movie where the prime focus is all around, lives. But anyways, my feedback on this movie was that I didn't see how all the three parts were connected very strongly. That's where the director, fails to play her part. As far as the acting is concerned, yes, there were good performances by Vinay, Amruta, and Tanishta. But I think if only this could be clear, how first, second, and third part are very jointly connected, it would be really seamless. But it's not. The audience has to, scratch their head to understand what really is going on in the island city. And there's not really a lot of automation, efficiency, and mechanicalism happening. It still feels that you're not in 2090, in where everything has been robotic and things like that. So it's still very early. The message is good. I like it, but these kind of movies don't really come out in India. This is not a very commercial movie, considering it's. I didn't even know the name of the movie until I searched on Einthusan. But I think if you are interested to just watch, have some good time with family, you want to see an emotional drama, yet some fun, get entertained for an evening. It's a decent movie, but it's on my list. It won't be getting a very high rating for sure. So guys, that's pretty much from my side. If there are any comments, please write it down. Or if you want to subscribe to the channel, please do so. I'll be back with more movie reviews. Until then, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.